Join me as I review the newly released film entitled HIGHLINE.
Hey guys, happy February the 1st, and I'm heading up to Knoxville for the premiere of HIGHLINE. I have my ticket right here. Can't wait to go see this film. See my good friend Benny. He's a star in the movie. So anyway, should be a lot of fun. Let's go check this movie out. Let's show some support to Benny, our friend, and the causes behind the movie.
A wonderful and brilliant film directed by Chris Smead about the Uinta Mountains, and follow along the challenges these 5 hikers face.
Anyways, thank you for being here. We just want to take care of some administrative stuff, just kind of get that out here off the table. Number one, we'd like to thank our title sponsor, 865 Life. Wasn't for them, this thing wouldn't happen, so thank you to them. Thank you. And I'm one of their ambassadors, actually their very first ambassador, so that is kind of cool. And so I appreciate the opportunity and them stepping up and supporting us in this. Also, the theater is helping us out with this as well. So make sure you're back there buying concessions, all that wonderful stuff that helps them out.
It's a feature film that examines the healing power of nature and the renewed bonds formed between 5 friends as they hike one of America's most remote and scenic trails. What a beautiful film, and what a great performance by this cast and crew. I was captivated by the stories of these 5 hikers whose lives have different paths, but this film captures an emotional memoir of a true tale of triumph over adversity. The quest of these 5 hikers to find themselves was a moving experience. HIGHLINE follows these 5 hikers as they traverse a lesser-known mountain range in Utah called the Uinta. Viewers will experience the adventures and challenges along the way of this 10-day hike. Local archaeologist Tom Flanigan adds another layer of depth to the experience by sharing stories from the past and conveying the importance of this lesser-known place. As the story progresses, viewers begin to learn more about the hikers and why they choose to hike. Stories of PTSD recovery, addiction recovery, health and family issues are heavy topics in this film. From the opening scene, I was emotionally invested. Each of these 5 hikers have their own individual story of why they need outdoor therapy. Plus, each one of them bravely tested their physical and emotional limits and found reserve left in them. Sometimes simplicity makes for a most suggestive and emotional journey, and Chris Smead's HIGHLINE is hugely successful in that regard. It was fascinating to watch as the ancient history of the trail is woven together with the personal history of each of the hikers as they get back in touch with the world and each other.
My motivation was pretty dark. I was kind of lost.
I've seen people die every way they can possibly die. Most people call it PTSD.
The older I get, the more I realize life isn't about obtaining possessions, it's about obtaining experiences.
Everybody was like, what are you doing? You're gonna die, or they were all impressed or scared for my life, one or the other.
When I married Matt, I knew it was gonna be an adventure.
It's that tangible link to the past, with that sense of time depth that we seem to always be yearning for, but we have.
It awakened me. It awakened my soul.
This is where I'm supposed to be at this very moment.
Now my throat hurts.
HIGHLINE is the story of 5 friends who embark on a 10-day journey across the amazing Uinta Mountains in northern Utah.
So last night I experienced for the first time having elevation sickness. I threw up twice, so that was pretty rough.
I got this cough that keeps getting worse and worse, so I don't know what to do right now. We're a long way from anywhere.
So I'm
crazy storms rolled in, almost got hit by lightning.
Thought I was gonna die.
I only hiked Kings Peak so I could call my girlfriend, and there was no cell service, so I got hosed.
This was identified early on as a unique place. The geology, the history, and its importance really even to the expansion of the West. It's definitely an unsung hero.
Along the way, you get to know these 5 hikers. Each of them have unique stories. Some of them are fascinating and others are outright shocking. Ultimately, you learn why they choose to spend days, weeks, and sometimes even months hiking through the mountains away from the comforts of civilization.
The trail was 104 miles with only 1 resupply, so we had to bring over 75 batteries. We had 11 lenses, multiple cameras.
Gordy with the camera. Dedication to the craft.
We had to get really creative in production because of the restrictions in a national forest. For example, we put the camera on the end of a trekking pole to get aerial shots. As challenging as it was to bring all this filmmaking equipment on a trail, the trail itself was even more intense.
It's an amazing experience. You really get something out of it that is hard to put into words.
Every day was great, and the next day was even better.
The mountains looked so different than what we had seen, and it just kind of blew my mind. I wasn't expecting it to look like that.
Looks like something out of a movie set or something.
It's quiet and you can work through a lot of problems, and it's just great for the soul.
Wouldn't have traded it for anything. Best hike I've ever done. Best one.